ready to go. When I last left you, we were working on Newton's law of cooling. And in this whole thing, what we ended up having to do was to find K. So that we now have an equation where we can put in X, get out Y, put in Y, get out X. And that's what we needed to do. And remember that K is the percent of increase or decrease per unit of time. So I wanted to look at this. It's going down because it's a negative number. So that says it's 2.2% per minute is what its rate is. That's what K is. So now it says if the thermometer, we got this part, what will it read after 7 minutes? So what this is telling me here is that T equals 7. So that U of 7 equals 38 plus 34 e to the negative 0.22 times 7, which ends up being my handy-dandy little calculator. So you know you're going to need it for this test, for the word problems, is going to be 38 plus 34e to the, now I've got negative 0.22 times 7. Depending on what calculator you're using, you might want to make sure that you either do the multiplication first, or since this exponent is more than one factor, that needs to be in parentheses, negative 0.22 times 7. And it should be 45.3 degrees. So it's going to be approximately 45.3 degrees after 7 minutes. Okay. Now, the reason why you have to make sure you have it in parentheses is that if you don't, now this actually is not going to be too bad, because that's at times. I think that this, the way it's set up, I think it'll bring everything in that's behind it, in which it did. What we're doing right now in intermediate algebra, if they don't have the parentheses, it really screws the problem up early. I think we're okay here. But I save myself from myself. I make sure that I certainly put the parentheses in. That way there's not going to be any error.